The United States is warning Moscow that annexing Crimea would close the door to diplomacy. And earlier I spoke with Rinat Valiulin, deputy editor-in-chief of Radio Echo of Moscow. I started by asking him what result he expected from the March 16th referendum.
Well, it's practically clear now that the results of this referendum will be in favor of the forces who support Mr. Putin and the new government in the Crimea. So the results are quite clear, and what will be next? The Crimean Peninsula will become independent of the Ukraine and possibly will join Russia.
Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk will visit the White House on Wednesday to talk about the economy and also talk about the forces there. What do you expect to come out of this meeting?
Well, first of all, it's good that the United States recognize Arseniy Yatsenyuk as the legitimate Prime Minister of Ukraine, because as you probably know, his Minister of Foreign Affairs was not recognized by Mr. Lavrov, Russia's foreign minister. He refused to talk to him. And this is good that he goes to the States and meets there with the highest officials. Well, I think that would be fruitful both for the United States and Ukraine, especially Ukraine, because it's very low on money now, money which was, as some people say, stolen by ex-President Yanukovych.
President Putin has spoken with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and also British Prime Minister David Cameron, saying that he has to protect his interests based on international law. What are your thoughts on this? The West has a different feeling on the international law.
Well, maybe I'm closer to the West in my thoughts about it, because Russia doesn't have anything to do in Ukraine, which is an independent state, and Crimea Peninsula makes part of Ukraine, is part of Ukraine, and according to Budapest agreements of 1994, Ukraine gave all its nuclear power, gave up its nuclear power in favor of staying an independent state, and Russia now violates its integrity.
Tell me, how do the people in Russia see the moves by Putin? Are they with him on this?
Well, they are actually divided into two parts. One of them supporting Mr. Putin. They basically are people who work for the state, enterprises, people of our older age, and young people don't agree with this because they are more oriented to Europe and to Western Europe, and Ukraine, who also wanted the association agreement with Europe, also thinks about joining the European Union, maybe or maybe not, but still staying closer to Europe more than to Russia.
All right, we just have a little bit more time left. Tell me, what are your thoughts on Putin actually moving into the south part of Ukraine and the eastern part? Do you feel like this is his next move?
Well, this will be clear after the 16th of March, when they'll have the referendum there in Ukraine. We will see if Putin goes to the west, to the eastern and southern Ukraine, which are neighboring with Russia. And after that, well, I expect, and many people here expect, more sharp and effective reaction from the West.